Hello there guys, it's Craig from fixitfallows and we are back in the Fiat 500 and today
we are taking out this upgraded Android radio unit.
So the reason we want to do this is because my daughter, whose car this is going to be doing for the next year a lot of driving, and the radio unit that we did install, you kind of lose control of your fans. Now this is a Fiat 500 pop, so it doesn't have air conditioning, so you do rely heavily on the fans. So with that in mind, I thought it's best to try and get her original fans back in use. When I say in use, but like more controllable, with the bigger ducts, try and get those back in use. So with that in mind, I thought it was a good opportunity to try out yet another Android based radio unit, one that's only a single DIN and will allow us to put those vents back in. So let's get on with it. Right, okay, so we've got our radio removal keys. They go in these holes here and here on this Essgoo unit. If you was dealing with your original radio unit, you'd have to take off some little clips, but I've got videos on that on my channel that you can look back at for further details. So we've put the keys in there and we're going to try and lift this unit out. Hopefully these will have pushed in the tabs that lock the radio into place. So there you go, there's the radio unit loose. These were pulling out, but as long as they're in, they actually keep the locking pins in place, and then you can just manipulate it around the outside and wiggle it out. And now we'll just detach the GPS lead and the aerial lead and the main plug socket from there, and we can take this out and get the new radio in. Okay, right, so there's the previous Essgoo double DIN unit out. Well, it's a single DIN in this bit, but it takes up a double DIN space on the outside, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so there's the main wiring loom. There's the GPS module, which I've got tucked in there. And there's the aerial cable. I did have the ducts in there. I've taken them out. I've taken them out so I can put the fascia back on the duct in, okay, because this is the main thing about this replacement radio we're putting in. We can have the original duct in and we can have all the vent controls still in place. Right, so we can get this back into position now. It's just a case of offering these plastic ducting bits here back into the dashboard. You see, like there's like rubber boots in there. They just locate in there. So we offer it in. Always on this, there's little plastic lugs at the bottom of the ducting that get caught on these metal frames. So it's just a little bit of manipulation to get them over that. It's a little bit difficult as a one-handed job. But that one's over, that one's over, and then it just pushes back into place. Okay, there are screws that go in here and here, which I'll now put in. Okay, so there's all the ducting back in. We could, in theory, put the original radio straight back in there now, but we're not going to. We're going to go and get that new radio. And this is the new unit, okay, so it's a single DIN unit, okay, much like the original Fiat one. Okay, so it follows the same shape and it slots back in there, and the back of the unit is much the same as the previous double DIN Android unit. Okay, all the same connectors. I am utilising all the harness that come with this unit, and there was a few little differences on the wires, mainly on the power line. So you've got this thick yellow one here, and if I can show you, there's actually two large yellows and they have plugs in the middle of them. Okay, now when this came to me, these plugs were the other way round. Okay, so I had to swap them over. So it could be that some of the original Fiat wiring is pinned slightly different, and this unit takes that into account. So I just had to swap over those two power lines, otherwise the unit wouldn't power on. So swap them over. I put the CAN bus unit in, even though this pop doesn't have any steering wheel controls. That shouldn't really be an issue, but I've put it in anyway. The instructions recommend that you plug in the camera lead even if you're not using the rear view camera, and that being is because there are two additional little wires, okay, that don't terminate anywhere, but I believe they act as antennae for the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi for this radio unit. Okay, so that needs to be plugged in order for this to have good Bluetooth and Wi-Fi reception. Everything else is the same. Yeah, it came with like a fly lead for the aerial. Okay, as you can see, fly lead went in there, runs round, and I've connected it to the original aerial there. Okay, one thing I would say about this single DIN unit is it has these plastic prongs here, and as you see there's lower ones that lock into the radio cage there, but there is no holes at the front of the unit for putting through your keys. So it's looking like, if we get a close-up, they just work on pressure, so that barb isn't a complete 90 degree. Okay, if it was 90 degrees, if you was pulling back on the unit, it wouldn't bend back out of the way. So I think, yeah, I think what you could do, you don't actually need a key, you should just be able to pull this unit out. So anyway, it's a leap of faith, we'll put it in, hopefully we won't have to take it back out. Right, there you go, there's the unit in. I think that is a absolutely fabulous fit. I think that really suits the car. I think it's probably better looking than the big double screen. Yeah, get to keep your air vents, you get a modern setup. Yeah, I think I'm really pleased with that. Got USB points here and here. Now, just to point out, this does differ from other Android units for Fiat 500s in so much as that there is no actual power buttons on this at all. Okay, it's a case of switch on the ignition and the unit comes on like so. So that's your default screen. You've got navigation, music, MP3, radio, and then that's the Bluetooth connection there, which I haven't done yet. This, as I say, is my daughter's car. I'm not going to connect my phone to it, but I will get her to come and connect her phone. Right then, if you hit the Bluetooth connection button, so that looks like that's connected already. It's automatically gone to Zlink5. It's already connecting. That was quick. So, can you change music?
On here?
No, on your phone.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or on there, I don't know.
Well, I'll do it on here. Try to avoid copyright. Sabrina Carpenter's new album. Ooh.
Okay, so that's all working. If we come out of there, can we go to maps? Brilliant. Okay, it's all definitely working. It's working pretty quickly as well. There you go. Apple CarPlay. What to show you, it's quite quick and smooth. The screen is pretty responsive. This is actually an official Essgoo unit. The all important thing with these Android units is syncing it to your phone. So you've got a big app there for Bluetooth. As far as I know, that's the first thing you should do, is connect a Bluetooth connection. And then if you scroll over through the apps, the other very important one is Zlink5. Okay, you click on that, and this is how you'd go about connecting your iPhone or your Android-based phone to the car. You have the option of wireless or wired. Just go through the process and you'll all be good. In every other respect, these always behave like tablets. You've got Essgoo AI, Essgoo Services. I think you do need activation codes for Essgoo Services Plus and for Essgoo AI. It may or may not be in the box with the paperwork. I'm not entirely sure. It might be something that I have to get emailed from Essgoo. I think it comes with standard services included, but it still needs an activation code. For Pro, you need to pay a subscription. So anyway, that's something I shall look into. Just to confirm as well, on the dashboard you see I've got the radio station showing. That's courtesy of the fact that we have got the canvas box installed. So if your car has steering wheel controls, you will have use of those controls courtesy of the canvas unit that's behind the stereo unit there. What else to show you? Let's go back to the main menu. I have this floating icon here. Okay, it's like a quick response thing. You can mute, you can change the volume, you can switch the screen off. So for instance, if you're driving at night and you don't want the display on, you can turn it off, and a simple touch of the screen brings it back. Okay, so that's quite a handy little feature. What else did we have on there? Yeah, straight back to your home screen, back button. Yes, that button there takes you to the list of apps that are open in the background like you get on any tablet, same as pressing one of those icons up there. Yeah, so overall very pleased with it. Definitely one to consider for your Fiat 500. Thanks again for watching. Please be sure to check out some of my other videos, like and subscribe, and I shall see you again very soon. Cheers, bye bye.